Hello, everyone, and welcome to AudioSummary. Here, we break down your favorite books and movies into short, powerful audio stories, so you get the heart of the story fast. If you love storytelling, but don't always have the time, you're in the right place. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and let's dive right in. Red 1, 2024. The film begins 30 years earlier at a family Christmas party. A young Jack O'Malley, played by Wyatt Hunt, sneaks his cousins upstairs to prove that their parents bought the presents, not Santa Claus. His Uncle Rick, played by Mark Evan Jackson, finds him and scolds Jack for ruining the magic. In the present day, Jack, now played by Chris Evans, is an expert tracker. He bypasses mall security by creating a distraction, setting a Christmas tree on fire, and sneaking inside to plant a mysterious device. To top it off, he even steals candy from a baby. At the same mall, Santa Claus, also known as Red 1 and played by J.K. Simmons, is greeting children with his head of security, Callum Drift, played by Dwayne Johnson. Santa looks around and feels disillusioned by the greed in the air. When an influencer disrupts a family moment, Callum steps in and intimidates him into backing off. Despite everyone knowing it's the real Santa, Callum takes his job seriously. Back at his apartment, Jack speaks to a mysterious employer. They only pay him half of the promised amount and say he'll get the rest once they finish tracking the target. Later, Callum and Santa return to the North Pole, which is hidden behind a magical force field. They reunite with Mrs. Claus, played by Bonnie Hunt. Callum then confides in Santa that he's considering retirement because he no longer believes in the holiday spirit. Santa tries to encourage him, but things take a turn when the North Pole is attacked by a team of mercenaries. Callum notices flickering lights in Santa's tower and rushes in to find Santa missing. He chases the culprits on a snowmobile, but they escape. Soon after, Zoe Harlow, played by Lucy Liu and the director of Mora, the Mythological Oversight and Restoration Authority, contacts Callum. She tells him they need to find the wolf, the best tracker they know, Jack. They have just 24 hours until Christmas Eve. Meanwhile, Jack is contacted by his ex, Olivia, played by Mary Elizabeth Ellis. Their son, Dylan, played by Wesley Kimmel, got in trouble at school for trying to hack the PA system. Jack isn't mad at Dylan for trying. He's mad he didn't do it well. Dylan says he has a concert that night, but doesn't expect Jack to show up. When Jack returns to his apartment, he's ambushed by North Pole mercenaries. He fights them off until Zoe arrives and knocks him out, bringing him to the North Pole. There, he's confronted by Callum and a giant polar bear bodyguard named Garcia, played by Reynaldo Fabro. Jack, a level 4 naughty lister, insists he didn't know who he was tracking. Zoe informs him that Santa has been kidnapped and that all mythological beings are real. Jack even sees the Headless Horseman arrive. Santa wakes up in a cell, where he meets his captor, a mysterious young woman played by Kiernan Shipka. She uses a device to drain Santa's power and transfer into a magical snow globe prison called a Glaskafig. Reluctantly, Callum and Jack team up to rescue Santa. They travel through a portal hidden inside a toy store, growing a toy car into a real one. Their first stop, Aruba. There, they meet Ted, played by Nick Kroll, the man who brokered Jack's deal. After a chaotic fight with Ted's goons, they learn the villain is Gryla, the Christmas witch. When Jack accidentally speaks her name, Gryla hears it and sends a threatening message using Ted's body. Moments later, a massive ice cream truck rises from the ocean. It unleashes 3 monstrous snowmen that attack Jack and Callum. The two struggle to fight them until Callum discovers their weakness, their carrot noses. They destroy 2, and Jack blows up the 3rd using a propane tank and liquor. Unfortunately, Ted has been frozen and can't help further. Zoe reunites with them, and Callum suspects Santa's estranged brother, Krampus, played by Christopher Hivju, is involved. Since Mora doesn't have jurisdiction in Krampus's lair, Callum and Jack go in secretly. Meanwhile, Gryla tests her Glaskafig on a man named Aaronable, played by Matthew Cornwell. He gets trapped inside, but the globe doesn't return to Gryla, which frustrates her. Jack gets another call from Olivia, upset that he's missing Dylan's concert. Jack discusses his guilt with Callum and admits he wasn't the best father. They arrive at Krampus's lair. When Jack tries to steal some gold, they're captured. Krampus isn't interested in helping Santa. Jack then challenges him to a game called Krampusklap, where the players take turns slapping each other. After taking a hit, Callum uses a device Jack gave him to deliver a powerful slap to Krampus, giving them time to escape. Callum actually praises Jack for the clever plan. Back at their car, they find a mysterious package from Gryla addressed to Jack, but he refuses to open it. Suddenly, Jack gets a video call from Dylan. The boy is furious and shows Jack his own Glaskafig. When Dylan touches it, he vanishes. Jack has no choice but to touch his own globe and follow him. They arrive at Gryla's lair. After she leaves, Jack and Dylan reconcile. Jack apologizes, and Dylan forgives him. Jack's newfound resolve improves his naughty status, and they manage to grow and break out of their globes. Earlier, Zoe had placed a tracker on Jack. She and Callum discovered Jack and Dylan are at the North Pole, meaning Gryla never left. Her shape-shifting goons have been impersonating residents, including Mrs. Claus. Callum and Zoe free the real Mrs. Claus and others, then join Jack and Dylan to stop Gryla. Gryla tries to take off in Santa's sleigh, using him as a puppet to deliver globes that would trap all the naughty people. Callum and Jack catch up and fight her midair. Jack unhooks the reindeer, crashing the sleigh and throwing Gryla over the edge. But Gryla returns, now in her true form, a monstrous ogre, just as she's about to strike. Krampus arrives in his own sleigh. He battles Gryla, while Santa finally awakens and calls the reindeer, who punch Gryla into the air. She lands in her own pile of globes, trapping her inside one. Zoe takes Gryla into custody. Everyone races to get Santa ready for his Christmas Eve journey. Jack, Callum, and Dylan join him, helping deliver presents around the world. Jack bonds with Dylan, and Callum even sees Jack's inner child, literally. Santa realizes Callum's belief in Christmas has returned and that he no longer wants to retire. Christmas is saved. Jack becomes a better father. Dylan finds joy again, and Callum rediscovers his purpose. All is well at the North Pole, protected once again by Callum Drift and the magic of Santa Claus. Thanks for listening to Audio Summary. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay curious. Until next time,